Hello, everyone, to this week's episode of Cena Una. My name is Paladin, and these are my lovely players. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's start with, um, let's see if she looks most nervous.
All right, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Latia, and I will be playing everyone's favorite Mangangaya Ranger, Pilar, who was a complete badass last episode and will never be that badass again. Except now she's got a couple new things in her tool belt, and I'm really excited to use them against Paladin because he wrote them and he knows what they do.
I wrote this exact subclass she's using.
It's great. And I'm gonna pass it to Lucia.
Hello, I am Lucia. I'm playing Gaeta, the Black River Barbarian, who she just really likes to fight things, and also has no spatial awareness, just like me. So I'm excited. Also, as a call out for Latia, Pilar will be that cool again because she's always that cool.
Aw, thanks.
Um, anyway, Josh.
Hello, my name is Josh, and today I'll be playing everyone's favorite Grandpa Babylon, Da'ai.
I thought
He
you were gonna
is-
say that you're playing everyone.
I'm playing everyone.
Bye, everybody.
I'm playing everyone's favorite Grandpa Babylon, Da'ai, and his lovable Abayan, Hari, the little Southern Philippine kingfisher. Real cute bird. Check it out. Back to you, Paladin.
Thank you. We are missing our Critical Bard this week, but that's okay. They have important stuff to do, and you know what? It's all the more fun when I can make all my players just worry a little bit more when there's one less in the party.
Hey,
Hey, what?
uh, hey, it's for horses.
Gotta write that down. In the meantime, we do have some sponsors to bring up, I believe.
Yes. Let me just hold up 2 seconds. I just need a moment. I just require a second of your patience. Hello, and welcome to what we're going to call Happy Hour with Hit Point Press. I don't have a green screen anymore, so you're going to have to deal with the fact that the background is a little buggy, and I apologize for that. But hey, it's Happy Hour. So, today's segment is brought to you by Hit Point Press, provider of great tabletop supplements, accessories, spell cards, books, and more. This has been Happy Hour with Hit Point Press. I would also like to take a moment as I switch my background to remind you that we are supported by the wonderful people at Arcane Spectacles. Unlike some previous Arcane Spectacle segments, which have, included rhyming of words and loud swearing and things like that, there will be nothing fancy today. I just want to tell y'all that the folks at Arcane Spectacles make phenomenal products out of wood, out of resin, that you can use to help you keep track of things at your game table. You can use it to track spell slots, hit points, things like that. It's an excellent time. Thank you, CB. It is Arcane Spectacles. We are also
game right now.
He's literally in another game right now.
Yo, play your game, CB.
We also want to say a huge thank you to our friends at Idle Champions. You can type !code in chat right now to get one free Electrum chest in the game Idle Champions, featuring phenomenal D&D characters, such as Archon, the Cruel, such as Dahani. We do love one Dahani, and other super cool characters that you could check out. It's great. It's officially licensed D&D Forgotten Realms content, and you should check it out. Last but not least, we would like to say thank you to our friends here at RockPunch for allowing us to do this show every week. It's a blast. Thank you for putting up with the nonsense. And if you want to check out more of the good stuff that RockPunch does, you can join them right here on Sunday evenings for a show called D4. There's 2 DMs. It is one of the most accurate Forgotten Realms shows. They do such a great job with the lore. Dustin and Devin are great. Of course, also check out their YouTube channel where all of our stuff that's on Twitch makes its way over there a few days later, and they put out cool videos every now and then. You can even find kind of a fun video from this winter when a few of us from the Tampo cast got together and went on a little road trip. You'll see that at the break, actually, so stick around. And with that, I will give it back to Paladin officially.
Can someone get CB in trouble with Tanya?
Don't do that.
That is a bad idea.
Don't you ever do that.
Here's what you need to know if that happens.
No, let's go forward. Let's move forward. Also, Sima Una hardcovers are one heavy. This thing is like 4-player handbooks and weight. It's alarming. Josh is doing that because I have his copy at
Paladin has mine. It's 10 minutes away from me. It's so close.
It's so close. It's so far away. It's real thick.
It's thick with 3 C's.
It's thick with 4 C's. It's thicker than a jungle, baby. Oh, that's gonna become a GIF. I don't like that. And also they're shipping out next month. We're real excited about it. Yeah.
There's already a GIF of you saying something is thick with 3 C's. I think it might have been a crab from last season.
Yeah. The shell of the crab.
Listen. It's time for tonight's episode.
Is it?
At the clip? Play the vid. All right. So last time we played, our adventuring party set out to Dion and stopped a city-wide siege.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Gaita and I dealt with an arm of Unionist feeding off of souls of different warriors in the village. and then dealing with a ship that was taking away corpses of warriors on board, Pilar and Manalo set forth to a grove to stop it from being set on fire and also defend a shrine. There, at the end of the fight, Pilar was introduced to the Bylon of Dion.
Mm-hmm.
And Pilar, as you are meeting the Bylon, you notice with your new and improved 20 passive perception.
Yeah, baby.
You don't need all that.
I do.
You don't need all that. It's kind of unnecessary.
No, I must see all.
It's kind of just unnecessary. I don't know what you're trying to prove here.
I must see everything.
No, see nothing and be happy about it.
I will see na una.
Oh.
Inspiration. I give you inspiration.
You don't have that authority in this game. Paladin will remember that. This is Telltale, but Paladin will remember that. You notice that Manalo, as they are coming out of the water, curls up on the ground.
Oh no.
And you see these large tendrils of look to be sinew and blood pouring out of the earth, wrapping him up like a bubble.
Okay, that's not normal. I'm gonna go over there and... You good, Manalo?
You hear breathing from inside it.
Can I make some sort of check to see if this is related to his shenanigans of a couple nights ago?
You certainly can. And I love how you're saying a couple nights ago, even though it was literally last night.
Yeah, what kind of check is this?
Let's go with Arcana.
Okay. I'm going to use my fancy new Searsword dice from searsword.com. Get your dice here, there, everywhere today. I'm going to use the Sina Una D20. It's because it's Sina Una time. That's 12.
A 12? The only time you've seen something cocoon up like this has been the rare insect. But Manalo's a big lad. He's not no small insect.
No,
so
he's a large boy.
He's a large boy. So you're not really sure what's going on here.
Okay, but like insects do this for protection. I know that as a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to assume that this is some freaky maiden of blood shit. And turn my attention to the Babylon and say, whose name I did write down? I did not write down.
Babylon Slung.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Babylon, do you have any idea what this? I assume this is some sort of protection. I mean, he's my friend and I should know this, but I've never seen him do this before, so I don't know.
The Bylon walks over and looks down at Manalo as he's wrapped up and stares. She speaks up after a moment. I'm not quite sure, actually. I've never seen this before.
Okay.
Does he normally do strange things like this?
Strange things sometimes like this, no. But he has undergone some changes, and while we don't fully understand them, we accept him for who he is, and we will work with him.
Right. He is breathing. This seems almost voluntary, so it should be good, no?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like like I said, it looks like a cocooning, like a protection mechanism that he might have gotten hurt by the. And then I realize that the Tiburones is there. What is it doing?
It's just kind of looking. It's looking at Manalo, with puppy dog panic eyes.
Well, this is new. I'm going to extend a hand to it.
Okay. It's currently just kind of floating just a little bit above the water, looking at Manalo, kind of like poking the cocoon with its snout. Just. Arr!
Hi, buddy.
It looks up at you.
Oh wait, it understands abyssal, doesn't it? I'm gonna speak to it in abyssal. I'm gonna say, you friendly?
Uh,
Wanna come along?
uh,
Come on.
are you motioning for it to come along?
Mm-hmm.
It starts to move towards you, then stops and looks at Manalo, then looks at you.
Does this cocoon look movable?
It is tethered to the ground.
Okay. Then I say to the Tiber, I like he'll be fine. He's protecting himself.
Hey?
I don't know what that means.
It moves over towards Manalo and just kind of flops on top of the cocoon.
Okay. You can stay and protect him. If you want. I'm in a staring contest with the Tiburones.
It's not even looking at you at this point. It moved over, over to Manalo, moved on top of Manalo, and it's flopped on top of Manalo. It's not looking at you currently.
Cool. All right. Then I turn back to the Babylon. Well, he'll be fine. He has a cocoon and a Tiburones. What happened here?
We don't know. We saw the ship coming, and she looks over at the grove. And now, with your perception and kind of moment of calm, you see a couple of bodies in the water here in this grove. I fended off some people while I was going through daily rituals, and these two appeared, trying to set it on fire.
Yeah. We've been myself, my friend Manalo, and there are two others with us. We've just come from Baga, where their shrine has also been gravely disturbed.
Their shrine?
Yeah.
To Galit?
Yes.
Why are they after the shrines?
To make her angry.
Who wants that?
Exactly. We've been chasing a being, a Tamalo, that we believe is the cause of the destruction in Baga and in the forests nearby, and possibly behind the destruction here. And we'll be on our way to Iraga soon. to stop this.
This is heavy.
Yes.
I need to talk with Marikit. Do you wish to accompany me?
Sure.
Okay.
Do
Pilar,
you
right?
want? Yes. My name's Pilar. Do you need to? I've. We can get there faster by chicken.
By what?
And I point outside the ring of trees where Sisu is most likely still there, praying that Sisu is still there.
You look over and Sisu's looking at you and goes, ah! And you see one body on the ground.
One body.
One body with just these deep gouges in its chest. And you see blood on Sisu's beak.
Oh. Chicken.
I see. Does the chicken have a name?
Sisu.
Sisu. Okay. She walks over to the chicken, to Sisu, and looks at it. Sisu looks at her. She nods. Sisu nods. Okay, are we going?
Let's go. We should look for my friends. If on the way, if we can, they will be riding a binturong, a very large binturong.
A very large binturong.
A very large binturong.
Did you and your companions recently come from Baga?
Yes, it is the binturong of Baga. Nagsakai, the binturong of Baga.
That's like a warlord title.
I've just built a massive backstory for Nagsakai that is completely untrue, but absolutely true in my head.
There's like some alternative scene in a game where someone is titled that, and they're just like a very high level headhunter.
Mm-hmm.
You both get on Sisu's back, and how do you direct Sisu?
Well, I ask the Babylon where Marikit is.
Last I knew, she was heading up the warriors with the Bunyisnius.
Then let's go to the Bunyisnius first. We saw the Bunyisnius on our way in, and that's where my two friends went. So we can go there first, and if they're not there, then we also saw the ship.
Right. So how do you direct Sisu?
How do I direct? I cast speak with animals because I know Sisu can understand me, but for more or less, but I say, Sisu, good job. Really proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you take us back to where the very large creature was?
Yes.
Are you okay, Sisu?
People taste like metal.
Yes, they do.
Sisu walks into the grove briefly and turns around and starts running.
Okay.
Sisu jumps off the top of these. As a reminder, Dion is a large valley full of farmlands and terraces, and Sisu jumps off the top terrace of a large hill and just starts flapping her wings as hard as she can.
Yes.
To
Love
just
her.
glide forward across the city.
Love that for her and us.
Gaita and I. You are at the beach. In front of you, there are a couple dozen warriors of Dion, as well as one of the supporting boat structures for the massive Karakoa that you helped remove from the ship itself. Inside, you can spot numerous corpses, all kind of haphazardly just shoved into it. Some warriors are pulling the bodies out and weeping as they do so, recognizing many of the faces. You notice there are two people here who are who were directing the warriors in the fight, but are now talking to them as they direct different people of their ranks to coordinate communicate who needs tending to, and talk of burials. What do you two do?
At the end of last session, I was helping to heal those who had been perhaps injured during the conflict. So that's kind of, I think, where he's kind of wrapping up, is maybe helping tend to the wounded until everyone has been tended to.
Okay. Gaito, what are you doing?
I think last we left off, Gaito was doing rites, sending people off to the Black River where need be, and then just comforting people, probably helping move stuff. She's an old lady, but she's still pretty strong, so if they need help with that, with like heavy lifting, she's probably doing that too.
Okay. Eventually affairs are kind of set in order, with many of the bodies either being buried into ships and put off towards the sea, or being prepared to be burned into ash and then turned into jars. You are helping heal some of the wounded. Can you please make me a medicine check?
Yeah, gladly. Yeah. You know what? Maybe not so gladly. 9.
9. What is your medicine bonus, by the way?
+1.
Okay.
It's really, I'm more of like a magical healer than like a practical healer.
It makes sense. I was just like, huh?
Really, I'm more of a magical healer than a practical healer. I was, like doing some prayers of healing and whatnot at the end of last session.
Sure. Then in that case, can you roll me a perception check?
Yes, that is totally 9.
Can you just roll me a number? Can you roll me a d20 just for a second? I want to see something.
Okay. All right. No modifiers. All right, I'm gonna do my third d20. My third d20 out of 3 rolls. That was a 14.
Okay. Something about the rolls just don't want you to sit at actual rolls that matter tonight, huh?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's gonna be one of those nights where like I fall off of a boat.
Noted. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you like knowing that. Given how, the fact that we're on a bunch of islands, I'm sure you're very comfortable with that knowledge. You tend to these bodies, saying prayers as need be. I assume you're giving cure wounds to those who kind of super need it.
Yeah, if someone's in critical condition, I'll absolutely be doing that.
Okay. And you go through some of the rituals. Eventually, as you are doing so, as you finish up one prayer, you notice that there is this half-elf crouched down next to you.
Okay. Hello, may I assist you?
Looking at you, this half-elf speaks. I think you already have been.
Well, good.
Who are
Wonderful.
you?
Apologies, my hands are a little bloody, otherwise I'd shake them. I am the retired Babylon of Hina? Yes.
How do you
Uh,
not know your...
Hanapin. That's what it is. I know it starts with an H. Just what is it? I had to double check.
Okay.
I'm the Babylon of one girl.
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing over here?
Oh, retirement. I figured I would just travel around, and then I got involved in this big plot to something cause mayhem in the islands, and something disturb the Maiden of Blood. And so, anyways, here we are, and we're running around and trying to help people. And I had to come over here to Duyan to do something about the shrine. Oh, the shrine! And anyways, I'm traveling with several companions, and we eventually, we were making our way here and saw that the city was under attack. And what else are we going to do but help?
Uh-huh.
Who are you?
Sure thing, sir. Is your daughter or son anywhere? Who did you arrive with?
Well, my in-law and a very large crocodile man. You recognize him if you saw him, I'm certain. And frankly, one of the most stunning half-elves you'll ever meet in your life. Or elf. The most stunning elves you'll ever meet in your life.
Uh-huh. Gaita, can you roll me a perception check?
I can try.
I need all of y'all to stop trying to hook me up, okay?
15.
15. You overhear Da'id talking about himself and what he's doing here, and what you've gathered so far is that he is, as far as you can tell, insinuated himself as someone who's arrived here to mess with the shrine, to anger the Maiden of Blood. And now the person they're talking to is very just, who's with this old man? Who is his caretaker?
Oh no. Gaita kind of wants to leave it alone, but she'll come over.
As you're getting there, and also we traveled with a very large binturong and a very large chicken. Couldn't miss.
That is true. There's very large animals accompanying us. Oh. Have you two met previously? I'm assuming not.
Oh, no, have you even given me your name yet?
He looks at you, then you, Gaita. Do you know this man? Is he supposed to be here?
We're traveling together, but I'm not responsible for him. But I
Can you tell me what you two are doing here?
Gaita will kind of look back at where the portal formed, where the ship disappeared, and then look back and that thing that disappeared over there?
Yes, the massive ship. Yes.
The person who was doing all of the magic and commanding things?
Yeah, the two of them.
I would like to kill both.
So you know what that was?
Sort of. I'm piecing together things as we go.
Uh-huh.
Mainly also to kill that thing. And she'll point down the beach to the headless penis.
You did that.
I mean, I assisted.
What assisted you?
Pardon?
I'm sorry. I no longer find this guy attractive. He's insulting Gaita and her giant panabas, and I will not stand for it.
You cut that thing's head in two?
Yeah, I was there. I watched it as I was striking it with lightning.
He looks over at you, Dai, and just...
Don't look at me like that. Yes, it happened.
He looks back over to you, Gaita. I'm just going to assume he's bad explaining what he's doing from moment to moment.
Well, it's not necessarily that he's bad at explaining it. It's just he does it in a very roundabout way. And normally he starts from the very beginning, which is really the beginning of the story.
Right, because the way you're describing yourselves, you came here by happenstance to help us, because you're trying to kill whatever that thing was. The way he's phrasing it makes me think that you're here to bother the Shrine to Galit Nimagayon.
No, we're here because we were just at Baga where their shrine was destroyed. And so we figured we should get word to cities next to it to let them know that their shrines might also be disturbed. And lo and behold, it is very disturbed here.
Looking around at the bodies, the injured, the buniousness in the distance, the giant bark shrapnel shards clearing through the terraces. Disturbing is a good word for this. Disturbing is a very good word for this.
Are you of some leadership here, or?
Yes. Hi, my name is Lulai.
Sorry, my hearing is a little poor. Could you repeat that?
Lulai?
Very good. Now, what do you do here, Lulai?
I help with concerns in the village on the day-to-day.
Oh, so like an assistant to the Datu, perhaps, or something like that.
Did I say assistant?
No, but you said you help, right?
Yes.
You don't handle, you help.
Doesn't mean that I'm an assistant.
Okay, but I don't know. You tell me what your job title is.
Are you two friends?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, no, I okay. Yeah, I believe that. Do you two help one another every now and then?
I would say so. I think we're getting better at it.
In some capacity.
Are either of you one another's assistants?
Yes.
No, I suppose we technically assist the same person or people.
I'm sorry. He looks all right. You got to. Did you say yes?
I mean, one of us is going in and the other one is staying on the range. Very helpful.
Gaita, if you would like to fight something alone in the future, you're welcome to. I will not offer you assistance.
I'm saying that in some circumstances, I think that being called your assistant would also be somewhat fitting.
So I think the point you're making is that no, neither of us regularly could be considered an assistant to the other. It's a fluid relationship.
Saying in this particular argument, I think that saying one of us assists the other and could technically be called the assistant would apply, but maybe not in all circumstances.
Fine. I was just going to say that we both assist our kids, but whatever. have it your way, and I will very deliberately turn physically so that I am no longer facing Gaita to face Lulai. Anyways,
I'm not their assistant. I help with irrigation, I help with the land, and I help people with their day-to-day troubles.
it's like a freelancer.
No, it's just what I do here.
Okay. Interesting. Are there any good shops, like places that I could purchase things from here in Duyan?
Probably when we've recovered a little bit.
Well, sure, but I'm looking particularly for weapons and armor, and
We have those.
It seems to me that you won't need those in the recovery effort. So if I could purchase some, I could put a little more money in your pockets for financing the recovery effort. It seems like a win-win to everybody.
We're not struggling. I want to throw that out
from the
there.
attack, though, it'll take time to rebuild things that may have been destroyed. That Bunyisny is knocked down several buildings.
Recover as in remove the large tree shards in our city.
Okay, look at me. I am 3 feet tall. I can't help
our
with that.
dead.
Yes.
The money portion is minimal compared to the substantial losses and damage.
Really glad
if you want to buy something, it would probably be up to the merchant you want to buy something from. But overall, we can recover. It's just, people have died.
Yes.
You're a Babylon. I feel like you should be more concerned with that.
I've always been more interested in the order of nature, I suppose, but sure, why not? Could you point me in the direction of one of those merchants, please?
With one hand, he just points somewhere in that vicinity.
Thank you. And I'll just start walking. Then I'll make it 20 steps, and then I'll oh, wait a minute. And I'll walk over to the Binturong. And hop on. And we'll ride the Binturong.
Can you give me... So you walk up to the Binturong. The Binturong is currently doing that thing that some animals do, where they just kind of roll onto their back and are trying to scratch something.
I'll help scratch whatever it is first. Of course.
And is currently doing that kind of trick for a couple of warriors who are not having a good time right now.
Sure.
It's wanting to play with people.
Sure. Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt everyone, but I think actually we do need to get going, and I'll kind of look up at into the Binturong's eyes. Perhaps we could go very quickly. You could come back if you want to play more. I'm sure everyone would love to play.
Naxkai flips up and goes,
Yes, I'm sure that they would love to play with you, but I was just hoping to go for a quick ride first. I need to go see about something, and then we can come back.
It just looks at you,
Maybe we should wait for Pilar to reconvene and then go shopping.
Hey, is she coming here?
I don't know. I figured maybe we could all meet at the large thing on the beach or something.
But how are we supposed to communicate that to her? But frankly, going back into the town is the best thing, because that's where they're going to expect us to be.
That doesn't make any sense
or
to
we
me
could go
at
to
all.
the shrine where we expect them to be and meet up somewhere where, we would both be in the same place, right? But
I'm also assuming that they're riding a giant chicken, so maybe we could just look for them.
I am confident that they would probably expect us to be in the city, and so look.
I don't think that's true at all. I don't know why we would be in the city.
I'm going to like go to reach up to put a hand on Gaita's shoulder, realize that I cannot, that I'm not tall enough, and then just like rest it like on her like forearm. Let's like maybe like rest against her weapon, just like pat her once or twice. Like, my wife and I always had a deal. When we were in the town and got split up, is we would just meet up the last place that she knew where I was going to be, because she's far better at finding things than I am. And so I'm just going to go back to the last place where Pilar and Manalo know where I'm supposed to be. Because
See, so this is where my issue with this plan is. I'm currently married, and that's the plan that me and my husband had, and now he's on a different island. So I don't think that it works.
Well, I mean, 50% success rate is pretty good.
Okay. How about this? You head in to wherever you're going. I'll stay here. Or meet Pilar, perhaps by the enormous body on the beach. And then we'll meet you somewhere else.
Okay.
Because I don't think that you want to stay here. But I don't think it's a good idea for both of us to leave.
No, I agree. I think perhaps the best way to reconvene the party is to split it up into as many small pieces as possible. Let's go. Let's go. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go find a merchant and try to buy something. Would you like anything from the shop?
What's the Sina Una equivalent of like an aspirin?
I feel like it's weird that you're asking that question. Of all people to ask that question, it feels wrong that you're asking it.
Would it perchance be a mango of the pure maiden?
I mean, sure, but that's like, I have a headache. Let me just shoot up some Novocaine.
Well, sure, but it's not exactly like we have pharmacies everywhere.
I mean, technically, you have a bunch of people who know how to like use herbs and whatnot.
What do you actually ask for?
Are you asking for some mild painkiller?
Yeah. Guys, I was just gonna make like a passing joke about it.
I'll keep an eye out and find you some. Anything else? A weapon? Anything? Perhaps a potion or something of that nature? I don't know. A good soup?
I do like soup.
Oh, what kind of soup? Like something savory?
Someone's going to come in and just see someone in near tears going, I do like soup. You could just get basic internal painkiller. It usually comes in the form of crushed powder that you mix in with a drink or just like flat out tea.
Okay. I can get that for easy enough.
Are you two having a discussion as you're walking into the city?
No, I'm staying here.
This is literally like me, like about to hop onto the binturong before I go.
Okay.
Gaita is waiting. She's probably gonna start walking back towards the Bunisnias to look for a giant chicken.
Okay, and you just head into the still intact portions of the city?
Yes, I'm looking, based on the, recommendation of Lulai, I'm going to go and find a merchant that I can purchase things from.
Sure. You head into the city. Let me make a check real quick.
Oh yes, of course.
Using my brand new dragon seer sword dice. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
fancy.
that's so fancy.
Let me just see. Ooh. Uh,
Spicy.
yeah. I don't know if it's spicy. I haven't eaten it yet, but if you have, Lucia, please tell me how it tastes.
I don't have those dice yet. I can't.
It's got
tell you how
dragons
spicy.
on it. So, I mean, it's probably a little bit of heat.
Okay. So you're heading into the city. And you're looking at different buildings. Some of them are still intact, some of them are just gone. A lot of them are built to be broken down and moved higher up the terraces and hills in case of monsoon season. And you see different buildings that are intact and destroyed. Some of them are collapsed. Some of them you see where plots are where buildings were, but have been since torn away. Pilar, you see Noxakai below you as you're uncontrollably going forward.
Oh no.
Just far overhead to the point where you would have to shout real loud to be heard and strain your voice to be heard. Because you're just kind of like moving unstoppably far above him.
I can't get Sisu to turn?
Sisu can't turn. The only control Sisu has in this discussion of its pseudo flight is how fast will it fall, and the answer is slowly or too fast.
Can we go slowly into too fast into slowly again?
You can ask Sisu to risk it for the biscuit, but like it would have to put
how high up are we? How high up are we?
You're a good like 800 feet up.
Oh God, no. Yeah, you know what? I will risk my vocal cords to try and get not Da'ai's attention, Nagsakai's attention.
All right, sure. Can you what would be a mean way to can you roll me a performance check?
Yeah, can I roll you a get loud check? Yes. Actually, so either or, but my thinking is a Binturong with better knowledge of its surroundings may hear me better than Da'ai.
Yes. You are still having to produce volume at a high enough level.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. So you're trying to get Nagsakai's attention.
My passive perception is a 14. I don't know what you're insinuating.
Unnatural 20.
What do you shout?
Their names.
As you're moving forward with Naxakai to Eye, all of a sudden he perks up and immediately like whiplashes around, running back to where you came from.
We wouldn't. What are you doing?
Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Thank you, Sina Una Dice.
That is a 6.
Oh.
And you didn't get any kind of saddle stuff for Naxakai, did you?
We only have what we were given.
You immediately whiplash off the back of Naxakai. Can you roll me one more reflex save? Or sorry, dexterity saving throw. Sorry,
I know what you meant.
A ghost of edition past temporarily took hold of me.
It's a natural 20 for 21.
Okay. You managed to grab onto Nagsakai's tail. For reference, the way a Binturong runs isn't like a horse where it's even. Binturongs have stronger and larger front limbs, so it's more like you ever see like a kid try and run on all fours and kind of staggered in a weird, awkward way? Imagine that, but like in the opposite direction, where because of the larger limbs, it's not quite gorilla-like, but it's still not pleasant as the tail is whipping up and down, kind of baffing you into the earth as it's running.
I think I would like to let go for my own well-being.
It's not damaging, it's just uncomfortable.
I think I would like to let go for my own well-being.
Okay. You're going to let go of the 200-foot movement Binturong?
Yes.
Try to climb up.
I have a -1 strength modifier. That's not gonna work.
I mean,
I'm gonna let go before I take more
how bad
damage.
could it be?
Very bad. I'm letting go.
You let it go? Okay. You let go and start tumbling in the earth, and all of a sudden you hear a scraping sound. And Noxai circles back and grabs you by the neck of your clothing, and is now running in the same direction, but just holding you in its mouth.
Nice.
Natsukai, we're going to a shop. You're going the wrong direction.
It opens its mouth, goes, ah!
Do I fall out?
Your clothes are hooked on its teeth.
Oh, you've ripped my pants.
It's not only about your pants, it's only about like your shirt.
I
No, let
would
it
like to
happen.
remind you that I pretty much wear armor and like a very loose, not really there cloak.
I'm
it
aware.
would not hold.
It's pants. Just let it happen, Paladin. Pants.
Okay. I mean, he's got armor. I can bite you by the armor.
I suppose.
You're just kind of like going along. And you look around. Can you roll me a perception check?
Yes. 9.
9?
Yes.
You have no idea why Noxkai's doing this.
Noxakai!
It's rather unpleasant.
Noxakai! We're going somewhere and you're going the wrong way!
Gaita,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Gaita is probably very slowly walking back to where the Bunisnius died.
Mm-hmm.
If within that time she doesn't see a giant chicken anywhere, then when she arrives, she'll probably sit down and she's gonna look at it for a little bit, depending on how much time, because I also want her to keep like some awareness of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna try and mimic what she saw Dai do when he spoke with Kamatayan.
Yeah.
And she's gonna sit there and like try, and I think she's probably gonna get a little frustrated with it, but just like she's trying to find the 3 figures that appeared in her dreams.
What does she say?
This is growing very tiring, and I am attempting to understand what you want from me, because I am doing this with the power of the Black River, and I assumed that there was some sort of line on maybe who gets to wield its power. So why this?
Can you roll me let's go with religion check.
Religion check?
Yeah.
14.
14? You focus inwards and try and reach out. And for a moment, there's no response. A few beats pass where you're hearing the world around you. People grieving, people talking, people trying to recuperate from this attack. Until you hear this splashing sound. And you hear in front of you. Of course, there are limits to who uses it, sister. What's your qualm?
Is this the familiar voice of the spirits or of...
Your eyes are closed. It is not familiar. It is not a familiar voice.
It's not familiar.
No.
My qualm is I was told that there are stakes that are larger than I can comprehend, and that I must be the one to end this being's existence because I am tied with the Black River and it is all very against the way that it flows. So why give its power to something that is assisting the reversal of the flow?
You have it confused, sister. I wasn't granted it after he took me. I was gifted with it, and then he took me.
So truly there is no one to take it away unless your life is taken.
It gave me this gift. Even if I become volatile, even if I turn against its wishes, it can't take it away. It can only have others ruin me before it could do more harm.
So if I were to turn against its wishes, I would still be able to wield it?
And you would be hunted. And just like you were to me. A clean blow.
That's all I wanted to know. She'll open her eyes.
You open your eyes, and there is no midday cloudy sky above you. There is no field around you. You find yourself at the bank of this grass right next to the river. The sun above is missing, with only moonlight illuminating it. And with its lower body inside this massive river of dark water, you see the arms, upper torso, and head of this Punisius looking at you.
I am sorry that it had to end that way, but it is the call.
Do I look incensed? Do I appear to be looking for revenge?
No. I suppose it is for my own comfort.
You are seeking comfort needlessly, sister.
Maybe to everyone else. I think one's comfort is of their choosing.
So I choose this. Why talk with the dead and say sorry for doing what is proper?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I wasn't trying to talk to you specifically, but here we are.
Here we are.
So, kind of like when you can't make it to brunch or something. Sorry.
What is brunch?
It's quite simple. It's breakfast and lunch in one word.
Why not just have 2 meals separated by more time?
Well, sometimes you go to bed late and then you wake up kind of like a little later and you kind of want something light, but not
So just
too
have
light.
a late breakfast and a late lunch.
Exactly. So it's a middle word. It's brunch.
You people confound me.
I'm not the one who can throw animals at other people, so.
I'm sorry. Have you picked up a gecko? You can toss a gecko.
I mean, like, technically, but that's not necessarily what I meant. If we're going to
I
be
know
so
what you
literal
mean.
about things, then I feel like brunch is a perfectly able thing you are there to comprehend. It's a middling word.
It's a perfectly cromulent word.
Yeah,
You
did you hear my
speak-
consciousness? That's what they said.
You sounded like a hot elf.
That's how I was in my younger years.
You see comforts you don't need, and you try and have a new form of meal in the day for sleeping in. It's hard to wrap my mind around. You little people always confound me.
I feel like maybe, we are all just seeking some purpose before we end up where you are, and making up words for meals is fun and somewhat fulfilling when you otherwise can't find whatever it is you're looking for.
I mean, don't you already have it? You
Well-
have the blessing. Is that not all that you need?
No.
Then what more could you ask for?
Family and friends, and to watch the world maybe be a bit better while I am still on it.
And what better way to do that than to remove what is wrong?
Sure. But there is also other things that maybe they aren't so heavy all the time.
Nothing says life has to always be weighted. But you serve a higher calling. You serve the one thing that matters. Why look for anything else? Joy will happen, happiness will occur, tender moments with loved ones. But you have true calling, which many things flail for.
Because sometimes it is not always about calling. And really, if the calling is good and it is meaningful, then everything that happens in between answering to it should also be meaningful, even if smaller. And why answer the call at all if you're not going to enjoy it?
I enjoyed my work when I could, when I still had my own body. Do you not enjoy it?
Of course I do. There are parts of it that confuse me, but there is something fulfilling about it.
How long have you served, sister?
Not very long.
You're already so old, though.
I was young for a very long time and seemingly became old very quickly. I ran out of options. I had to be capable very quickly. And in truth, if we're talking about enjoying the calling, I likely wouldn't have answered at all if I wasn't desperate for it.
The Bunusnius, with its one eyebrow, furrows it and lifts itself up out of the river to sit next to you. If you wanted power so desperately, it wouldn't have responded. It's not some monster making bargains and pacts to trick mortals. It doesn't rely on cunning or subterfuge. It has no reason to lie. It is what it is. If you were feeling desperate, that's your own business, sister, but it would have offered. Why did you say yes?
Because at the core of it all, the Black River is what I truly believe in that it is all a means to an end. And I just want my husband back.
And you needed this to reach him?
Well, like you said, I am old. I wasn't going to go do whatever it is that I'm chasing is doing and making deals with. I don't even know what's out there. I suppose also that at the end of it all, when I considered what if I can't find him? And what if I find him, but he's already in the river? Then I suppose it is a promise that I will end up with him again.
I've served for, if I'm counting your time, then 400 years? I've been serving long before any Umulagar or Balatkayo ever walked on the islands. I'll be in the river for a long while. If you need help, call on me. Okay?
All right. And what shall I call you?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I don't really need a name here, but you need a name to call me. So what would you call me as?
I don't know. I wasn't really the one to name our children, so I'm not good at names.
Knowing what you know now, you probably shouldn't have let your husband name your children.
You know, It is
hindsight
a
and all that. But
it is a silly thing to be in love.
well, it's not.
Well, silly in a sense that perhaps it covered my eyes from allowing him to just name them. But I think he chose good names.
What are their names?
There are names. Well, there is my daughter, Salyari. She is independent, to say the least. And Poitog, my son.
I had many sons and many daughters. They all grew up strong and beautiful. My eldest always said that he would one day dive into the ocean and do what a god couldn't do. And I believe him. If you need to call me, then you can call me Ig Kasan.
Igkasa. All right. Well, I know it doesn't mean much to you, and it is a silly comfort, but knowing that you were given this and still were taken, for that I am sorry.
It's true that I am sad that I was taken, but I am relieved at how it progressed. It is a sin to consume someone else for your own benefit. I did that many, many times while under that tree's control. But I did get to meet you. And I can help you where I faltered. And that is good.
Perhaps next time I will bring you brunch.
If you must.
Before I rejoin my friends, do you know anything about this creature, particularly I don't know, something that I should know?
Yes. I told you my son, strong as he was, very boastful, said that he would do what the gods couldn't and dive into the sea. My wife and I waited for him to come back, and waited and waited till she finally passed away, and I was there waiting still. I had this pit in me grow. One day it was small, and the weeks and the worries and the tires, they built up and ate away at me. And I had this great pit of emptiness in me. I would have preferred to feel nothing at all than to face reality that I had lost my wife and my son powerlessly, carelessly. I couldn't deal with that kind of pain. And that aching nothing that I found myself comforted in. It took advantage of that. It took advantage of me.
So it seems to be targeting that feeling in people.
Yes.
Does it have a name?
In all my time knowing it, it never had a real name. It had names, but not one that it itself owned. And it took many, many forms. An eagle, a spice merchant, a gunpowder smith, a Babylon even. And every single time I tried to listen for some kind of name, I could never find one.
That is sort of what I expected. Well, I appreciate your time and your willingness to help. I'm sure we will speak again.
I hope so. Fun thing they never tell you about when you accept. You ever wonder where the spirits come from that attend to the departed?
I don't think I've actually thought of that, no.
It's us.
I'll be a mother in the afterlife as well, then.
It's hell, but it's still comforting. Take care, little sister.
You as well. And I will focus on being back on the beach.
You come to and you find that there is this ring of dark water around you, making this kind of small moat around you. As you come to, you see just a little overhead Sisu with Pilar and someone else on board, and Sisu going, "Ah!" flapping its large wings as hard as it possibly can. And just a little bit off in the distance, past the Bnyesnyes, you see Da'ai being held by Noxakai as he's just kind of present for the ride. And the two of them are converging on you.
Okay. I'll sort of... Sisu! Come here, dear!
Away from on top of Sisu.
You now see Gaita, and you now see Sisu overhead. And knowing that chicken can only move in a straight line, you realize what Noxakai is doing.
You know what? I'm just still shouting to be let down. I literally don't even change action. I just continue to do the exact same thing.
And with that, we're going to take a short 10-minute break.
Yay, convergence.
Convergence. All right, we'll see y'all in about 10 minutes. So stretch your water. Go use your legs, and we'll see y'all in 10 minutes. Bye. Hi, everybody. 1 moment, please.
Yes. Paladin said he was ready to go back at 0, and then he stuffed an entire whatever he's eating into his mouth. He has no one to blame but himself.
It's really my fault, honestly. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Tampo.
Yeah.
The last left off, everyone was converging on Gaita, who was talking to the Vignetta she had just slain on the Black River. What are you all doing?
Floating.
Yes.
Complaining to Noxakai.
Noxai hears you right now, is still hurtling forward.
Noxakai hears you the way that corporate companies hear us when we complain.
That is too real right now, Latia. I need you to scale it back just a half measure.
No.
God, I thought I attacked my players. Jeez. And Pilar, you are on Sisu, just kind of like floating downwards on a screaming chicken.
Yeah.
And eventually, all 5 of you are reconvened. Sisu makes a jumpy landing. Noxakai makes a skidding landing, and Gaita is just there watching it all. What do you all do?
This is the Babailon.
It's very nice to meet you. Where's Manalo?
In a cocoon?
Like, by choice?
Yes. But he's being protected by the Tiburonus, of all things. I think he'll be fine.
A young human woman with long hair that is just kind of everywhere right now from the sheer wind and humidity, pokes her head out. Hello.
Hi.
Are you some of Pilar's friends?
I would hope so. I'm Gaita. I was just here. We were traveling together, but we all took a little detour from each other so that I could go after this one. And she kind of motions over. And that's why we were separated. But yes, we're friends.
Of course. She lifts herself off of the chicken and straightens out her clothes, kind of unaware of just the 360 direction of her hair right now. It's wonderful to meet you. Thank you for helping us.
It's what we were here to do anyway, so jumping into it is kind of our thing.
Of course. I am Babailon Salong. You said this man is the eye?
Yeah, sorry. I've been like brushing like stuff off of my clothing, trying to like just get back. I'm very huffy right now, okay?
You're from Kandaya?
Well, yes.
You taught my father.
Is that so?
Yes. He described you as a very grumpy but knowledgeable old man.
I suppose that is accurate. Who was your father?
His name was taken, so we don't say that loud anymore, but he spoke very highly of you.
Oh. Well, that's, I suppose, a little unfortunate. The whole being taken thing, I should have very much... thank you.
And these are your friends?
Oh, yes. That is, we are traveling together, and I suppose also friends in various definitions of the term.
Wonderful. We're going to be repairing the village for a little bit, but do you need lodging while you're with us?
Perhaps first we should check and see how the shrine is doing, and if it
It's
has
fine.
been It's good. It's very good.
That's
It's
that's
good.
where we came
It's
from.
good.
Oh,
I was there defending it, and Pilar and Nalo killed a druid trying to assault the shrine, along with a very large hunter.
He wasn't as that large the last time we saw him.
That is bothersome, honestly.
Oh yes, Da'ai Gaita. It was the same hunter on the same Tiburonis from when we were on the water.
oh.
Did you wrestle it?
No, maybe Manalo did. I don't know. Also, I think it likes Manalo.
Well, if it's keeping Manalo safe, I would hope. Otherwise, you've made a very grave mistake leaving him alone with the Tiburones.
I don't think we're going to come back to a well-fed Tiburones.
Okay.
I suspect he'll be fine. I don't know. Has he had any recent dealings with the Maiden of Blood?
I don't think so. I mean, we're looking to stop someone from bothering the Maiden of Blood, but we're specifically here to make sure that the Maiden of Blood is not interacted with.
Can I attempt to make silent and meaningful eye contact with Babailon Salong?
Sure.
What do I need to do this?
Can you make me a stealth check?
Oh, okay.
What did you get? What did you get? You all see the two. Actually, can you two roll me perception checks?
We're not using passive perceptions. We're making a roll here.
Please roll.
Boy.
Okay.
I have a +2. 16.
16. Wonderful. What did you get?
I rolled a natural 2 for 6 total.
Oh man.
You all see as Pilar just does this number of just like very physically just like turning her body to look at the Babylon. It's very noticeable that she's trying to do something. You're just not quite sure what, but it involved looking at the Babylon very strongly. It's honestly kind of awkward.
I rolled an insight to see if I have any idea what this is.
Yeah,
natural
go for it.
1. No, I already rolled it. I got a
oh.
natural 1, so I'm just assuming that she's just looking at.
I'm so offended that she would even begin to assume that we have had dealings with the Maiden of Blood. Oh my god.
Preposterous.
You're try and piece together Maiden of Blood, dealings with, avoidance. It comes to you in a flash. Does Pilar know who the Maiden of Blood is? Does she actually know what y'all are doing here? Because she's spent a lot of time with the animals. Does she know why you're here in the first place? Or was she just here dealing with animals and taking out other, like, hunter-ish people? Like, what is her deal right now?
Anyways, it's preposterous that Manalo would have any interaction with the Maiden of Blood whatsoever. Entirely preposterous, as I'll kind of look at Pilar like very strangely, like, what? We need to talk later.
I no longer am looking at anyone.
You just looking straight up?
It's just like, actually, I'm making. I actually no. Of the 3 people here right now, I'm making eye contact with Gaita. It is silent and meaningful.
Can you roll me an insight check, Gaita?
Oh no. Okay, what's a 12?
Pilar, can you roll me a stealth check?
Sure. That's a 21.
Gaita, you're looking at Pilar, and Pilar's kind of like, she needs to talk to you about something, but you're just not quite sure what. You know, she's trying to talk to you quietly.
How young is this Babylon?
This Babylon is like in her like mid-20s.
God, she's younger than me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll turn to the Babylon. Are you married?
Shit.
No, I'm not. I recently finished up my training with my father so he could retire, but no, I'm not with anybody. Why?
I'm very pointedly paying attention to Sisu.
Gaita will like, and then kind of like return the eyes of Pilar.
Oh no! Oh no! No, that's not what I meant at all. God damn it.
And then when Pilar doesn't respond, Gaita's gonna have this look on her face like she just figured something out.
Currently, Gaita feels the same satisfaction of someone who, reading Sherlock Holmes for the first time, correctly guesses the twist and the plot device. Like they read Agatha Christie's novels and like knew what's going on in the Oriental Express, knows what's going on, and then there were 9 or something, some number. Like you called it, you know it, you're good. You've cracked the case. Pilar's got a crush.
I rolled for it too. I was like, does Gaita understand what's going on? No.
This is great. I love this. Latia loves this. Let's go. It's happening.
Anyways, your friend is wrapped up in layers of blood. He seems to be fine at the shrine, but it's just a little surprising, is all.
Maybe Manalo maybe Manalo figured something out that we didn't. But
Maybe. Gaita, have you seen the Datu? Pilar says very pointedly, trying to steer the conversation to something else.
no, but we did meet someone who is of leadership here.
Oh yeah, Lulai, they said their name was.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, he's a favorite of the land. He's not the Datu, though.
Well, yes, but that's who we met. And he was like very like, he was like, yeah, I help, but like, I won't tell you what I do, but like, I do help. And it was very strange.
He helps with the day-to-day with the people.
I don't think he liked me.
I mean, as long as you are, honest about what you do and talk plainly, he likes you.
I was very honest.
Did you talk? What did
Were
say
you
to
very
him?
plain?
I mean, I think that I am not plain, but thank you.
What did you say to him?
Well, he like asked who I was and why I was here, so I told him, right, everything that had happened, and generally speaking, why we were here, and we happened to come and help, and it was very convenient that we were here. And
Did
they
you
were all like,
explain
well,
Did you explain it all in sequence, or did you skip around a little bit?
it was mostly in sequence. I mean, I can try to keep all the details straight in any story. It's very hard to do, but makes for a good telling, I tell you what.
If you take bits and pieces of context, any event could have any kind of other meaning. Like if you didn't give context for why you were here for the shrine, someone might confuse you with trying to destroy it too.
Well, I thought I was very clear that we were here to check on the shrine.
That can mean all kinds of things. That can insinuate all kinds of things.
Okay, but the phrase to check, we don't have to get into definitions. I feel like I was not given a fair chance at being a decent person. That's all.
Fair enough, I suppose, but the threat is currently gone. I can show you to where you could be staying, if you'd like.
Sure. While you're at it, could you also show me where some local merchants are? I have a couple of things that I need to acquire. And Noxakai here, and I'll turn and look at Noxakai.
Noxakai is currently scratching its back on the ground, just
refused to take me.
Noxakai brought you to us.
Against my bidding.
Because I called you.
Well, I was going to run some errands. I was going to get Gaita something to help with a headache, and now she's still got a headache.
Gaita, do you have a headache?
No, just I didn't, and then we talked to people, and I was involved in the conversation, so now I have a bit of one.
Okay.
I was just trying to help. Apparently, I'm not allowed to.
I cast Cure Headache on Gaita.
Oh. Thank you.
Don't look at me like that. The headache is a wound. It's a mental wound.
The Gaita will turn to, not turn to the Babaylon, but her head will turn, but her eyes won't look at the Babaylon. She'll be, wow, Pilar, you are so very helpful and good at doing things. I am so lucky to know you and be friends with you.
Oh, yeah. Pilar is the most helpful all the time. It's really true.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaita. And what is happening?
Well, we're just thanking you for being very helpful all the time. That's all.
And you are very pretty.
Sometimes it's just good to hear your better qualities listed out for you.
Thanks. Again, she steers the conversation. She turns to Babaylon Salong and says, if the Datu were not here fighting the Bunisnius, where would the Datu be?
Well, she's over there, actually. She's pointing over to the Bunisnius.
All right then. We've done it.
Turn and look at the Bunisnius. Is that the Datu? I was very confused for a moment.
Oh God! Gaita cut the head off the Datu.
Apparently so.
No. As you see people moving around the Bunisnius, removing the armor and trying to probably take it out to sea, you see that same halfling woman who was trying to scale it before.
Oh shit!
Giving orders.
Hell yeah!
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
That's Datu
Marikit. Yes. Okay. Gaita, you said you wanted to talk to her. She's right there.
Why did we want to talk to her?
Gaita's walking over already.
Oh, I guess we do.
With a very, very poignant. And as she gets close enough, she'll sort of, hey, I know you. You did very good.
Are you going with her?
Sure. I will be following very confidently.
Pilar, are you going to go after? Are you going to follow them as well?
Yeah.
As you start to move forward, the Babaylon grabs you by the bicep, just to hold you back a few for a second.
Yeah, I flex. It's surprising. It caught me off guard.
As they're walking forward, she whispers over to you, "Are they trying to play matchmaker?"
I think so.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
This happens a lot with older people whenever I'm around them and younger. It's really awkward. I'm very sorry.
Traveling with them is just adventures in matchmaking, but it's not happening. Actually, while we're by ourselves, which is not going to do us any favors. You asked if Manalo had had any dealings with Galitni Magayon,
Yes.
and they don't know this, but yes.
What did he do?
I don't. Wait a minute. How much of that did I hear? I don't remember.
You remembered stuff that Manalo was saying, but as the game progressed, you heard more and more of the conversation.
Okay. He snuck away from us last night. Holy shit. He snuck away from us and I didn't catch most of the conversation, but he made an offering to her. And when he came back to us, his arms, his arms, like he's a fully white scaled Umala god, but you saw his arms were red scaled.
I assume that was just a previous fight.
No, that's a permanent thing now because whatever they made some sort of agreement. And now he has her favor? I don't know.
I mean, a lot of us make some kind of communion with Magayon for power, but he's not a Babaylan, is he?
No. And
then I don't know what kind of power he'd be receiving.
Do you know who would know?
No. I mean, we had a couple of people here a few years ago who were trying to record knowledge about Galit, but they're in Kalahan.
Okay. Maybe somewhere for us to go after we go back to Iraga. I also have another question for you that is going to sound very odd, but I promise it has a purpose.
Sure.
Do you know if anybody could be related to Galitni Magayon or any of the more powerful spirits here? Like,
what context? Because sometimes people say family as in like a familiar sense. Some people say family as in kind of like a distant relative kind of sense. Like how Tulunan is, cousins with Nasirakna. Just because we're closer to one another, But they're not actually related, they're just islands.
Right.
So, if I don't know, she could be referring to something as literal family or like metaphorical family.
I'm hoping it's metaphorical.
So, metaphorical sister, metaphorical brother.
Metaphorical niece.
You? Now what are you? You look like an elf.
I am an elf.
I mean, elves are supposed to be closer to nature than most any other race.
I mean, I feel closer to nature than anyone.
Yeah. You have roots of the Balate tree going through your hair, like.
But how does that make me like I said, I want it to be metaphorical, but I didn't know my mom. My mom died when she had me.
Did she?
She did. Well, what my dad says.
Is your dad a good liar?
No.
Wouldn't that mean he's very good at lying? If he is?
No. Yeah, I mean, it would mean that he's very good at lying, but my dad is not a good liar.
How do you know that for certain? If he's a very good liar, then you'd be fooled, because he's a very good liar.
Now you've just confused me.
Well, I'm trying to make sense of what you just put in front of me. Meanwhile,
Love it. Yeah.
Gaita and you are approaching the Datu.
Yes.
You see this Datu covered in just these massive amount of tattoos, muscle, and armor. Shutting orders to coordinate people as they're trying to get this Punice's corpse put onto these kind of like large bark shards who are covered from the ones that are impaling the terraces to try and drag it into the sea.
I will sort of do like a help and talk. So I'll sort of like get up there near the Datu. What are we doing?
The Datu looks over at you and shouts an order. Looks over. Tenso, keep him calm and ordered, okay? She looks over at you. What are you? That was incredible.
You very angry.
It tried to pull you in two. It tried to bite you like 3 times. What are you?
I am a mother.
Reckless, actually.
Oh, look at me. I'm a mother. So strong. No, what the fuck are you? That was amazing.
I just have some things to get out sometimes, and I got to get in there.
I mean, sure, so do I, but I can't do that.
Well, maybe you need a bigger sword.
Listen, I can only work with what I have. Okay?
So you are the Datu here, though.
Yes, Datu Marakit.
It's very nice to meet you. I'm Gaita. This is Dai.
Hello.
It's very good to meet the two of you.
It's very nice to meet you as well. We were actually on our way here to warn you that someone might be trying to mess with the shrines and ended up kind of in the middle of it. So,
well, thank you for the warning. It's very much appreciated.
Well,
she says, looking around.
I felt sort of guilty about maybe being a little late, so I took that out too when I was, in it.
Sure. But still, that was amazing. And the lightning? Who did the lightning?
That's bees. And I'll just kind of point at Hari, who's floating around. And it's kind of a joint deal, actually. We've got this special bond.
The Byland, right?
Yeah, yes.
Understood. I really just really hope Salon learns stuff like that. That'd make my life a whole lot easier, honestly.
Do you know what types of things Salon specializes in? They told me that her father studied under me, actually, but I don't know who he was because she couldn't tell me his name, something about it being taken or whatever.
Yeah, it's a thing that Salon is still trying to figure out. We don't talk about it because the more it's a magic thing. The more you talk about it, the more it becomes more difficult.
Sure, understood. It makes it hard for me to know whose child it is I'm talking to. I
mean, that's fair, but if you're who I'm thinking you are, then you have trained quite a number of people.
A few, yeah, a handful. It's been 200 years or so, give or take a little bit. So
it's a lot of people.
A lot of people live and die in 200 years.
Yeah. So if she recognizes your name, then trust in that, right?
That's very true.
Yes. That said, I don't really know all that your people can do. But she does this thing with her hands where she'll like choke slam someone.
Oh.
Her hands get very, very energetic. She covers herself in fire. It's a whole thing.
Yes, no, I understood. There's different kind of, I guess, like areas of study that the Babylons can have. And that is just a different one from mine, but I'm familiar. I know a few of them. Very fun people, good at parties. I tell you what, very good at parties.
I'll take your word for it. It's just a little, jarring at first.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the time, things that happen in combat are jarring.
Not like this, no. Not like this. But regardless, welcome. Thank you so much for the warning, but thank you more for the help.
What we could do, I suppose.
Yes.
What happened? Did they just appear out of like the thing they left out of, or did they sail up, or?
We were training at the docks, and this gateway opened up like someone split apart some wood, and this boat came out into the water. Next thing I know, as I'm getting warriors ready to storm the beach, there's this Bunisius just falls from the sky, crash landing on a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people.
And
so I've had my hands full.
what about I don't know if you saw it, but the flying person on the shark?
The flying what?
Okay, maybe
That was the Tiburones and someone on top of the Tiburones. They made a direct attack against the shrine. If I
A Tiburones, right? What? People
it's fine now. It's fine now.
Oh, okay. Good.
We've been told by Babylon Salon that it is very fine, and so I'm going to take her word for it.
Oh, okay. Oh, she had helped them.
Well, there were a couple of our compatriots were there as well.
our friend actually.
That was so mean.
She looks over to where you're pointing, and you see that her eyes just light up, and she whispers to the two of you, "Is she single?"
Oh yes, she is.
Because Byron's single too.
It's the perfect match, isn't it? I mean, and look at the two of them; they're so cute together.
And they're talking in private, far enough away where I can't hear them.
That
Right.
means there's something.
They're whispering. That's
only
puppy love.
talk one-on-one with people that you like, never with anyone else.
Meanwhile,
This is my favorite part.
Pilar, you're still talking with Salon.
Yeah, so at this point I have told her pretty much what I heard of the conversation between Manalo and the Maiden of Blood, primarily the part where she called me her niece. And I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know if it's literal. I don't know if it's metaphorical. I am pretty sure I do not want to be the niece of Galitni Magayon.
I mean, if you were, that's a lot of power in your hands. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what would I do though?
I'd assume having the easier time with everything.
Yeah, but then people would want things from me.
People are always going to want things from you.
And they want things more.
They would want different things, though. They would want more important things from you.
I suppose.
There is joy to be had in helping others.
Well, yeah, that's why we're here.
Yes, and thank you.
No problem.
But still, if you are some way related to Galitni Magayon, you'd have to be related to something powerful. You should also find out if your dad is lying to you or not.
Yeah, you have a point.
Or figure out who your mother is without his help.
You have another good point. You have really good points.
Yes, it's almost like it's part of my job. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, I suppose.
Oh. Because I mean, listen, I have a difficult job. If I was related to something incredibly powerful, it would make my job a little bit easier.
Again, you have a point. Okay, I mean, this talk was helpful.
Sure.
You're good at your job.
Yes, and so are you. And if you are somehow related, as for your friends, there is someone in Kalahan. I don't know if they're still there, but they went by the name of Dumagat.
Okay.
They're trying to make a record of spirits.
Okay. Well, once we are finished doing what we're doing, maybe we'll take a trip to Kalahan, because we're on a time crunch. Oh boy.
Are you?
Somewhat.
What's the time crunch?
Well, we came from, like I said, we came from Baga, where the Tamawo that attacked your city had also attacked Galit Nimagayon Shrine there, and they attacked Galit Nimagayon Shrine here, and we assume in the forest, and we assume they're headed for the one in Iraga. So, I mean, we can't really leave until Manalo uncocoons himself, but we really need to get to Iraga.
That's fair. That's fair. Until he's uncocooned, we do have shelters here you can use.
That would be great, because we've been traveling pretty much nonstop for like a day and a half.
That sounds exhausting.
I'm very tired.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Come on, let's go to the theaters.
Okay. Do we see them like staring at us at this point as we walk over?
They're very pointedly like sitting in like a semicircle facing away from you.
I think they're talking about us.
Meanwhile,
So, anyways, I think that you've got a fine place here. It's very good. I like this architecture over there.
thank you. It looks a whole lot better without the massive shards of tree piercing our terraces, but it is a beautiful place.
A little cleanup work, it'll be just fine.
Yeah. Did I overhear correctly that you were trying to find some place to buy things?
Yeah, correct. Yes, I was looking to do a little bit of stocking up on things that might be helpful for combat scenarios, like what we just saw.
Are you a big weapons person?
Not really. I'm just wondering if there's anything that might be useful for me. I was also going to find like a basic painkiller and some soup. Gaita, you can help me pick the soup now, since I'm no longer shopping without you.
Much more convenient for all of us to shop together. Yes.
What are we shopping for? As I approach.
Soup.
The Vylon.
Soup. We're going to go and get some soup. Sounds like a good dinner. Would you like to come along? You can come too, if you'd like. I'll say, kind of just gesturing to Salon.
I mean, if we're looking for soup, there's going to be a dinner to discuss what happened.
Well, I mean, I suppose that works too. Go to the merchant very quickly, though. So,
we can all go together, please, Da'ai.
Okay, great, perfect. Let's go.
Marakit and Salong guide you to what kind of remains of their markets. There's not a lot of people right here. Most people focusing on rebuilding their homes or trying to grieve the dinner, just kind of dealing with the damage to their homes, to their home city. But there are a few merchants who are kind of present, taking stock of what they have, giving away some of what they have to help others, and keeping the more valuable items still on sale, but not like trying to keep an active shop. What are you looking for?
Well, if they happen to have any magically enchanted armor that's within my price range, that would be super cool. Or otherwise...
How much money do you have?
Not much. I think I have 80 gold.
I think also It's at this point when we get to the merchants that I remember that I left the hunter's sungil in the shrine, and I would like to go back and retrieve that.
We can assume that you kept it with you.
Okay, then that's fine. I have a sungil with me now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that I'm not going to have the money for it, but I just particularly wanted to go and see.
Okay.
But I'm just looking to up my AC a little bit because I am very easily hit in combat.
You do find that there are some essentially just like magical enchanted armor for like protection. You see some magical chain shirts. You see one very heavily modified suit of reinforced leather. You see a very sturdy looking kalasag. They're all magical, but they are firmly out of your price range of 80 gold.
These are very nice. Maybe one day I'll come back. What's
Can I
the
ask what
cheapest thing they
armor-
have?
Can I ask what armor you're currently using?
Just reinforced leather.
Reinforced leather. Well, the cheapest things they have, like they have normal Hawaii's, reinforced leather. They do have like a suit of carabao hide, which would give you one more point of AC.
Is that medium armor though?
It is.
Then I cannot wear it.
That's a shame then.
It sure is.
Sure is.
It's a shame to be a small person in light armor and only proficient in light armor.
The plight of the spell folk. I mean, if you wanted to wear like medium armor, there was a path you could have taken.
That's true, but I did not take that path.
But is there anything else you want to buy?
I'll just browse.
Okay. You browse the shops, and you see all kinds that they have for sale here. A lot of like equipment for farming, tools and whatnot that are like almost an at cost pricing. Yes, Pilar.
Yes, Dungeon Master. With the amount of time that it's been since the fight and now, do I notice anything particularly special about this sangil?
Are you trying to attune to it?
Am I? No, I just want to know what it does.
You're trying, you have to focus down on this thing. You just spend time focusing on it.
Yeah, I'll focus down. I'll focus real down.
Okay. Can you roll me a persuasion check?
A persuasion check?
I didn't stutter.
What?
You working.
That is math, a 19.
A 19. You trying to tune to it, you let out your spirit to kind of reach out to the magic inside this thing. You feel like you get the sense that you can be heard if you spoke right now.
Oh. Hello. Does that growl sound familiar to me?
No.
Okay. Well, this is not what I was expecting. Am I speaking out loud or in my head?
You're speaking in your head with this thing.
Okay. Are you friend or foe?
You strong or weak?
All right, cool. What do you have to offer the strong?
Sharpness, quickness, brutality. Feed me.
Oh no.
I can serve.
No, get away from me, Craven Edge. uh hmm. We'll see. I leave it be.
Okay.
But I am looking for. I have no money, but perhaps I can barter goods and services for some barote armor.
Okay. What do you have on you to trade?
I was gonna trade this Songyeol, but it's talking, and I don't want that to happen to anybody who is weak.
So what do you do?
Well, my character sheet says I've got 150 gold on me, which is probably true. I trade that plus, I don't know, I'll be labor while we wait for, wow, I was about to butcher his name, Manalo, to wake up.
Manalo is still currently under layers and layers of tendons and blood.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, like, while we wait for him to come to, like, is there anything that I could do to offset the cost of the new armor? I mean, I'll trade my old armor.
What I'm trying to think here. Roll me a persuasion check.
I like those. Those are okay.
Yeah?
They're all right.
Oh, I keep asking you to do that while you have that one feature. Shoot.
What one feature? What are you talking about? What one
you know
feature?
what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a feature that you put into the Balete Elf. I did not see what I rolled. Okay. Let me remind myself of that feature. Sick. That's 15.
A 15.
Yeah.
How much money
forgot about that feature.
How much money do you have?
I have 150 gold on me.
On you?
On me.
The merchant talking to, they're this very, very kind of weathered, haggard-looking human. He's talking with you. He can tell he's kind of exhausted from the day. He wants to get rid of this Barote armor, but he hasn't been able to get rid of it yet. He's willing to make a deal.
Okay. Is there anything?
He can sell it for 200.
Okay.
Can you do 200? He asks.
1 second, and then I run off to my father, otherwise known as Dai.
As you're running over to Dai, you hear in your head, "Where are you going? That's a good deal."
I know it's a good deal, but I don't have enough money, and I need to borrow money from my friend.
What's this
Why?
about?
Because I don't have enough money. I'm not going to threaten this man for armor.
Why would you threaten him?
I wouldn't.
Then why bring it up?
I made an assumption and I'm sorry. I don't have enough gold. I'm going to go ask my friend for more gold.
Find.
Did he say find with a D or find with an E? Okay. Do I?
Yes.
Can I borrow 50 gold?
Oh, what are you getting?
I need. There's a really nice Barote armor that this gentleman is selling that he's giving me a really good deal on.
Sure, I can't afford anything here anyways.
What are you trying to buy?
I was going to look and try to get a nice piece of armor, but it's all right. I don't think I spent all my money on Sisu, and now I don't have money for any armor, so it's okay. But here you go, and I'll give you 50 gold.
Oh, thank you. Fine. Can you carry a shield?
I mean, I could, I suppose. I don't. I'm not practiced with using a shield. I tend to just try to avoid physical conflict of any type.
That's fair.
I feel like my shield strategy would just be hold it and stand behind it. Because it would cover most of my torso.
It's true. I mean, you know magic. Don't you have any magic that can help?
Unfortunately, I don't have any magic that really has that kind of effect, so to speak.
Well.
But no, go and get your armor. It's very good. I'll just stand very far away if there's ever anyone who's threatening us.
Well, I could help. Let me know. Like, I mean, it's difficult to do in the heat of combat, but I've got a spell that could help.
You do?
Yeah.
I did not know this about you. That's impressive.
It's fine. You want to see it?
Sure. Why not? Let's do it right now.
Okay. I poke him. Like, I literally just kind of like poke him square in the chest.
Ow.
That did not hurt. And from the spot where I poked you, like, you see these vines, like almost like the bolete vines in my hair. You see them start to spread outward from the place where I poked you. And they like completely engulf you. And they harden and kind of fall away. And I cast Bark Skin on you. So makes your AC 16.
As you cast Barks on all the vines and stuff show to enshroud the eye, you hear it. Yes, funny show. This did not go how I thought it would.
That was very cool. Thank you, Pilar. I feel much healthier and safer already. Thank you.
Good. If I do that, I can't. The voice in my head almost breaks my concentration on it because of the change in demeanor. But if I do this, I can't concentrate on anything else for the time that you're using it. So just that's the only thing. But
I understand how that is. Do you have a lot of spells that you'd like to cast that require your concentration?
No, just others that make me more effective in combat, but you know, with a good weapon, they're not necessarily necessary.
Well, what if I could in trade try to give you a spell that would make you better in combat sometimes?
Okay.
I think I can probably find ways to do this. I could also, of course, I suppose, just make your weapon cool for a day. Like I did with the gilding. I think I showed that to Gaita earlier, perhaps.
Yeah. You gilded that sword. Actually, I still have. Yes, I have that.
Oh, I gave you my sword. That's correct.
Yeah, here, he can have it. I give it back to him.
I could just do this for your sword if you prefer.
Okay, well.
Tell him to do it for me. Please.
Paladin, why do you keep doing this to me? And then I there's a sort of vacant look, like a blank, half exasperated look on my face. You see the eye as I respond to this spear and say, I haven't even decided I'm going to use you yet.
Why wouldn't you?
Out loud or in your head?
No, it's all in my head.
Okay. Just confirming.
Every time I talk to the spear, it's in my head, unless unless it's absolutely incredulous and it makes me blurt out loud.
Okay.
But I haven't even decided if I'm going to use you yet.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know you.
You killed my previous wielder.
That does not mean that I'm going to immediately use you. I need to get to know you.
Then give me to someone who will.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know you.
This is cruel. This is a joke.
I walk. I say. I shut it down, and I say, what's the spell?
I've got a couple, I suppose, but I could easily, I give you like a sanctuary of some type in order to be safer from attacks. I could give you things that make you stronger, or perhaps. It just kind of depends on what exactly each scenario is, but I've got a few that are very helpful. I can do bonded spirits and give you like a spirit to hang out with you. There's lots of options.
Okay. Well, how about this? I will trust you to use the right thing in the right moment. But I really don't want this deal to pass me by.
Understood. You go and purchase your armor. Are you quite all right? You just look for a moment there, just like your eyes.
I'm fine. It's been a day and I'm really tired,
I understand that. I get tired after talking to a lot of people too. Skills are challenging.
Tired after talking to you. I'm just tired after everything that we've done today with the.
Oh, of course, not me. But look, if I may be honest with you, Pilar, we've met a lot of people today. It was very eventful, and then you met Silong. You just gotta. Sometimes it's best to just take it one step at a time. Anyways, go.
I don't. I just walk off. I return to the armor seller with 200 gold.
Okay. The trader looks at you, just all right. Yeah. He gives you the suit of barote while he takes the 200 gold.
Thank you. It's very generous of you.
I gotta close up shop for a while anyways, and I think it's selling well.
Sorry.
He looks up and you see that there's this like 50-foot long shrapnel shard of tree going through the upper portion of his home. What can you do?
Keep living?
That's what I'm doing, sister.
Thank you.
You now have a suit of barote armor. Excellent deal.
What? Did you talk like this with your previous owner?
No.
Why?
Jackass.
Oh, all right. Well, what do you do? Aside from strength and quickness and agility and all of those other positive adjectives that you yelled at me.
I am a great speaker.
I didn't say you weren't.
I didn't say that you said I wasn't. I am saying my qualities.
All right, go on.
Sorry, I'm just lazy to see it like moving it more and more as this thing talks. I enjoy hunting.
All right, I'd like that too.
I can hold magic.
Oh.
Like if you cast something and you have to think real hard about it, I can think real hard about it instead. So when someone stabs you, you won't stop thinking about the magic, because I'll be thinking about the magic.
Okay.
I can think real hard.
Okay. All right, I'm here. I'm with you.
Yes. Use me. Take me into combat. I wish to see glory. I can think real hard for you.
Do you have any qualities that people would say are bad?
No, I am great.
Can I roll an insight check on this Songil?
Yes, you may roll an insight check on this Songil.
Thank you. 15.
15. I mean, this Sonio has confidence. I mean, how can you argue with that, you know?
Okay. You said something earlier about feed you. Is that just like you want to fight a lot, or?
I want to go into combat. I wish to fight and win.
Okay. Do you get upset if you don't win?
Yes, it's horrific.
Do you cry?
I don't have tear ducts, but yes.
Okay. Uh, you know, sure.
Good.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah, I'll start attuning to this thing.
All right. And while you are attuned to this thing and slowly coming its magic into you, and they're setting out a meal on these connected long tables in the village, and people are kind of coming together in the wake of this tragedy. We are going to end for the session. Hi, I've been your DM of the evening, HD Pals. Let's go around and say hi to our players. Let's start with not Lucia, because she's giving you a look right now.
I'm not giving you a look.
Hi, Lucia. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Lucia, also known as Seer Sword all over the internet. What do I do? What don't I do? I mainly sell TTRPG related things on my shop, seersword.com. You can buy dice, you can buy pins. Sometimes I do witchy candles, which I have updates for, mainly on my Twitter. That's where I'm the most active. So if you want to follow me and get news first from me, Twitter's where it's at. Otherwise, I'm here every Friday, except for the Fridays that I'm not here. And then I'm also on Josh's channel every Monday, except for the Mondays that I'm not there. And we stream me crafting things and us painting sometimes. Mainly I make abominations on that stream. It's very it's a lot. It's just a lot. That's me. Latia.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Nothing bad will come of this. I assure you. Only comedy and hilarity. I'm very excited. I do stuff. Catch me outside. How about that? You can find me in about an hour and 20. Streaming for the cool down as I do. I hope you're very excited because we're going back to Jurassic Park with some ARC. And yeah. Other than that, I am the community relations coordinator of Monty Good Games. We've got nothing going on right now. We've got a lot of games to make, so just keep an eye out on that Twitter if you want to know about the games that we're making. I'm on Rivals, but we're on a very long mid-season break. And yeah, you won't see me for a while. I'm disappearing. I'm running away, and I'll be back eventually. So just deal with it. That's all I got. Josh.
Hello, that is my name. I'm Josh. I'm a freelance tabletop game designer, a variety streamer on my own channel. It's the username Joshua Simons, that's me. I've been in chat here today. You can also, of course, find me on social media at Joshua M. Simons for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I have a Facebook page if people still use Facebook. I don't know. It's everywhere. So that's where you can find me. I am the assistant director of ambassadors at Jasper's Game Day. It's a nonprofit organization that uses tabletop gaming for the cause of suicide prevention. And I am also a Take This ambassador, trying to represent mental health in the video gaming and streaming sphere as well. So yeah, that's me. Normally I talk about Lucia and I doing art on Monday, but we're taking this week off. So next time.
Next time. You'll be deadly serious next time.
Yeah. I would also like to give a quick shout out to the individual who normally is opposite the overlay to me here, the one and only Critical Bard. We love them very, very much.
Critical Bard across all social media channels.
They're just a hot ass mess, but we love them. And you should definitely go drop a follow if you don't already. I think that's what I got. Yeah.
Paladin.
Hi, my name is HD Paladin. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, but why would you do that? I don't do anything on Instagram. Please don't find my Facebook. That makes it weird. I'm a TTRPG bookmaker. I just do a whole lot of work these days. Just so much writing. I don't really stream. I just make books, and every now and then I come out with a Kickstarter. I was co-director for this book, and it's coming out, and I am completely overwhelmed by the fact that it's an actual real thing. We are going to go raid take this orc. We're doing a stream right now. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Yes.